The media left is losing its collective mind. It tried to destroy Donald Trump's now hitting the hysteria button because it seems Trump could actually become president again after next year's US election. And now it's, oh, Trump is going to be a dictator. Trump will be an even more autocratic leader next time. And Trump threatens America with authoritarian government. Trump actually joked about all this week.
Do you in any way have any plans whatsoever, if re-elected president, to abuse power, to break the law, to use the government to go after people?
You mean like they're using right now?
You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
I mean, he's freaking again. Look at the headlines. Trump admitted he's going to be a dictator. I mean, are these people nuts? Meanwhile, the four other Republican candidates battling to be second to Trump had their fourth debate today. And this time, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis might just have beaten off former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who tried to claim he wouldn't ban transgender boys from girls' bathrooms.
He said he didn't think bathroom bills were a good use of his time. You can go look that up.
I signed a bathroom bill in Florida, so that's obviously not true.
So the idea that you would say that I was against that.
You didn't. You killed it. I signed it.
DeSantis has got some runs on the board as governor. And the favourite of the TikTok voters, Vivek Ramaswamy, the entrepreneur, made a fool of himself again.
Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house. This is the problem, using identity politics.
Donkey. Joining me is John Hinderaker of the Powerline blog and president of the Centre of the American Experiment. John Hinderaker, great to see you again. Thanks for coming on. This debate, I mean, to me it seems that Nikki Haley has been soaring up and up and up. I mean, she's way behind Donald Trump. But that Vivek Ramaswamy, who's sort of hit with the TikTok crowd, holding up a sign, you know, Nikki Haley's corrupt and all that. What's going on with this debate? Is this one where everyone's getting muddy in the gutter, or is this just helping Nikki Haley?
Andrew, it was a wild night. There's just four candidates left on the stage, and they're all pretty good. And tonight, they were going at it hard. Nikki Haley has been gaining endorsements, rising in the polls. She was a big target tonight. I thought on the whole, Ron DeSantis probably had the best night. But you're right, Ramaswamy, he just can't help himself. You know, he's a very smart guy. He's popular with young conservatives, but he goes too far. And he got booed several times tonight. He called Nikki Haley corrupt, which is over the top, insinuated that she's not intelligent. You know, he just can't quite restrain himself. But I thought it was a very interesting night. And in my view, Ron DeSantis probably had the best night.
But was there anything for Donald Trump to worry about? I mean, all the polls suggest he's so far behind that these are people just, you know, scrabbling for the privilege of being a distant second. Is it more than that here?
Well, I think so, Andrew. I certainly hope so. I mean, Donald Trump obviously is the elephant who wasn't in the room, right? He has not been participating in these debates. He's ahead in the polls. Chris Christie is running really for the sole purpose of bashing Donald Trump. He was back at it tonight. The thing I would say about this, Andrew, is that no one has voted yet. We do not select our presidential nominees with polls. You have to actually turn out and vote, and so far nobody has done that. The first voting will be in the Iowa caucuses next month. You can't poll the Iowa caucuses. You know, it can't be done. And we'll see. You know, maybe Donald Trump walks away with it. I've got a sneaking suspicion that isn't going to happen. And if somebody else like DeSantis or Haley actually wins the Iowa caucuses, then I think it's a brand new ball game. Then I think people stop talking about the polls and start talking about the votes. And then the next primary is New Hampshire. and we'll see what happens there. So, maybe Donald Trump walks away with it like he did in 2016, but then again, maybe he doesn't. And I don't think the polls are telling us all that much about how Republican primary voters are actually going to turn out.
Now, John Hinderaker, let's talk about this elephant that wasn't in the room, Donald Trump. Now, he, again, hogged the attention by doing a one-on-one with Sean Hannity and Fox News, where it drives me nuts. All these pundits, in the media left saying, "Oh, Donald Trump's a dictator. He's going to be a dictator. It's terrible." Adolf Hitler, with orange hair. And he was asked about that. I played the clip earlier and played along with it, saying, "Oh, only on day one it'll be drill, 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 but after that, no." And now again, more headlines. "Oh, he will be a dictator. He just said it." I mean, what is going on? Do you think he's going to be a dictator?
It's ironic, Andrew, because he's been the president for 4 years. If he wanted to be a dictator, we probably would have noticed it sometime during that term. And as a matter of fact, Donald Trump was the least authoritarian president we have had in recent times. He issued the fewest sweeping executive orders. He governed in a very modest way. He was the least authoritarian compared to someone like Barack Obama. You could argue Obama was actually pretty authoritarian. Donald Trump was not. And so he makes a joke like this, and of course the pundits run with it and go crazy. The president of the United States does not have dictatorial powers, okay? You can't come into office and announce that you're a dictator. It can't be done. It's not going to be done. And once again, people are just massively overreacting when Donald Trump makes a joke.
John Hinderaker, thank you so much indeed for your time. Really appreciate it.